Hey guys, welcome all. Assuming you have done your product research and you got into a market where there is a lot of demand, and then you see your competitors are making a lot of sales. So you did your product research, you try to differentiate yourself, and then you launch your product. After launching your product, you soon realize that you're not making any sales. Now, if that is where you are, this video is for you. In this video, I will explain you what is that you need to look at, what is that you need to assess when you are in such a situation where you are having a product where the market it has got a good demand, but you are not able to make many sales, right? So without much of a delay, let's quickly begin this video. Now, when I speak about sales, when I'm not having much sales, there are just two points or two aspects that I would generally look at. The first one is your traffic, and the second one is your conversion ratios. That's it, nothing else, right? Now, let's study each of these parameters or each of these aspects very carefully. Now, when I speak about low traffic, within this aspect, so there are just seven parameters that I would carefully and keenly assess, right? The first one is your sessions and page views. Now, it's very important for you to check how many sessions and how many page views are you getting on a daily basis. Now, your sessions are nothing but your unique page views within a 24-hour time frame. Or let me explain it in a simple manner. Let's assume that I am trying to open your listing, right? When I open your listing, or when I open your Amazon product listing, so that will be considered as one session. Let's assume within a 24-hour time frame, I came back to your listing 10 times. That will be considered as 10 page views. So this is an example of one session and 10 page views. So it is very important for you to understand how many sessions and how many page views are you getting on a daily basis, right? The second parameter is your advertisements. It's very important that you make sure your product is discoverable for your customers. If you're not running advertisements, then your customers are not able to view your listing. If they're not able to view your listing, then naturally they will not be able to click your listing and then buy your listing. It's very important that you run advertisements. Now, when I speak about advertisements, you should be very careful. You should be skilled to run advertisements. Firstly, you should know what is your net profit margin, and then you need to know how much can you spend on your advertisements, and you need to wisely allocate those that budget to a specific or proven low competitive keywords. That is how you are going to run your advertisements. Now, if you are just trying to switch on all the PPC campaigns without any goal, then naturally you will lose all your money, right? So now here the scenario could be you would have run couple of advertisements, and then you would have realized that advertisements are not profitable, and then you would have switched off advertisement campaigns, which is not really good. So you need to run advertisements, right? And the next parameter is not getting ranked organically. It is very important, guys, right? We all know that advertisements cost money. Now, when you are running advertisements, your a cost, you see a cost like 20%, 30%, sometimes 40% and more. Now, this is all money. You're spending a lot of money to get a sale, right? Now, if you're always trying to get sales only through PPC or advertisements, it's just like you're on ventilator, right? That's not a right place to stay. Your goal should be to identify proven keywords through your advertisements and rank your product on those keywords as early as possible. Now, when you rank your keywords on various proven keywords, then you will start to receive low cost cheap sales, right? So your goal should be to rank your product on as many proven keywords as possible. It's very important that you are ranking your product right on various proven keywords. It's very essential, very important, right? The next parameter that I would assess is price and reviews, right? If my price is high, just imagine, right, when a customer is searching for a search query, and then they get to see your listing which is priced so high than your competitors, naturally he will not click your listing, right? And then low reviews, right? Similar example, let's assume you are in a market where your competitors, they have, assuming they have thousands and thousands and thousands of reviews, and you as a beginner, you could have just two or three reviews, then naturally there is no social proof, right? So customers may not be so much confident to buy your listings, right? So it's very important that you also have good number of reviews. The next parameter is bad main image. Naturally, if your bad main image is bad, then customers may not click your listing. The next parameter is targeting wrong keywords, right? Now you could be running advertisements, and then you would have felt that I'm not getting any traction, I'm not getting any traffic. Now here the scenario or the problem could be you are targeting a wrong keyword, right? And the last parameter is you have you would have listed your product in a wrong category, right? This can also happen, right? So just me reiterate. So the first parameter is sessions and page views. The second parameter is advertisements. The third parameter is organic rankings. The fourth parameter is price and reviews. Fifth parameter is bad main image. Sixth parameter is wrong keywords. And the seventh parameter is wrong category, right? So when you have low traffic, these are the seven parameters that you need to validate, and review. That's it, nothing less, nothing more. If you are able to do your job well, if you are able to assess your listing against these seven parameters well, there is no reason why you're not getting good traffic, right? Let's move on to our next aspect, which is poor conversion. Assuming your listing it has got so many clicks, but people are not buying your listing. In that case, what's wrong, right? Let's understand what could be wrong here. Now, in this scenario, there are just five parameters that we would assess. The first one is your pricing, right? Now, once again, let's assume that on a particular search query, your product has been displayed, and then we see next to your product, there are so many other products which are similar to your product, and your price is two times than what the other guys are selling at, right? Now, if that's the case, customer may not buy your listing, right? He may click your listing, which comes at a cost, and then he would have customer would have gone through all your listing images, and then he would have not purchased because he knows that there is someone else who is offering a same product or a similar product at a much better price, right? In that case, conversions will not happen. The second one is low reviews, right? Assuming once again your competitors, they've got thousands and thousands of reviews, they have got a lot of social proof. Now customers, they have all the reasons to buy their product, and you as a new entrant, you just have two or three reviews, then naturally people may not buy your listing or product. The third parameter is bad ratings. It's very important. Now let's assume that the average rating within, or when you search for your main keyword, let's assume your average rating is 4 star, and your listing has got a rating of 2.5 or 3 star, right? In this case, yeah, so customer has all the reasons to not to buy your product. In such a scenario, what you need to do is, before switching on any of your PPC campaigns, you need to optimize your listing, you need to fix your listing, you need to make sure that your review count or your reviews are much better, or your ratings are much better, right? Without fixing this, do not run PPC campaigns, because that will ultimately make you lose a lot of money, right? And the next parameter is not competitive, right? So you're offering a product which is similar to what others are selling. Now, you have not differentiated. So in that case, your competitors would have reduced the price, and in that scenario, customers will naturally go and buy his product, right? So you need to have a competitive advantage. You cannot sell the exact same thing. You need to offer more. You need to add more value to your customers. You need to offer features that will add more value to your customers, or that will provide more benefits to your customer, right? And being said that, you also need to understand that, let's say when you're especially doing your product blueprint, right, you may come across 10 or 20 list of ideas or improvement. Now you need to understand 80% of the purchase decisions are made only because of 20% of benefits, or you may have n number of benefits. There are just, just apply this Pareto rule, right? 20% of the benefits, they drive 80% of the sale. Or let me explain it in a simple manner, right? Let's assume if you were to buy a car, right? Right. So the first thing that you would look at, what? Mileage, isn't it? Right. Now, yeah, so that's your benefits, right? So then comes quality, all right? So it's very important that your product has some competitive advantage, some benefit, right? So that's very important. And then you have your last parameter, which is bad listing quality. Now when I speak about listing quality, now, see, guys, you need to convince customer to buy your product in 10 or 20 seconds. Not even 20 seconds. In fact, in 10 seconds. You just have 7 slides, right? 7 images. By the time customer scans your first 7 images, you should provide all the data, all the information, all the reasons for customer to buy your product. You should make customer feel that they are making a smart choice buying your product. Nowhere in the listing you should try to sell your product, right? So when you're building your images, make sure that you have an improved product, and make sure you are communicating all the improvements that you have made and what benefits this product is going to provide, backed up with good number of ratings or reviews, right? So you will have very good conversions, right? So these are the only two aspects that you need to assess when your listing is not getting many sales, right? So nothing more, nothing less. So if you're doing this properly, then you will do really well on Amazon, right? I hope this video is informative and you found this recording very valuative. Thank you so much for your time and have a great day. Thank you all.